One other thing that I would like to talk about, and we've touched on it a little bit, this idea of result extension. And one of the things I talk about in my book, Succeeding in Law School, is when you're in classes, when you're in law school, not classes for a moment, when you're in law school, understand that the process of studying for examinations begins the first day that you're there. Do not believe that you're going to read the material in the syllabus, show up to class, and study for 2 weeks before the exam and get an A. That does not happen. You have to treat the first day of classes as if the exams are happening the next day. To do that effectively, I like to break the study process down to 3 separate pieces: pre-class, during class, and post-class. And pre-class, all you're really doing is the reading. What is the focus of this case, or at least what do I believe the focus is of this case? Let me take down some notes on the material that I've read so that if I'm called upon, I can reasonably intelligent and engaging in a dialogue with my professor. Now I'm in class. Your job is not to be a stenographer. Your job is to engage and pay attention. Type less and pay attention more. And pay attention to what you thought the answers were from the cases and how you now have to modify what you believe that answer was based on the new information you're receiving from the professor and from your classmates. I like to say, when a professor poses a problem and you talk about it for 25 minutes, that entire discussion is the answer, that entire thing. And you have to think with the class along there. The final stage of the process is post-class review. And it's something that students should be engaging in when they're in law school on a daily and certainly at least a weekly basis. Take all the notes that you've written, review them, and now distill them down. What were the essential aspects of the material? What principles did I understand? What hypotheticals did the professor give us that I thought I understood when we were discussing them in class, but now as I'm looking at them again, I don't know how they arrived at that conclusion. I guess that means I have to go back and do some additional research. If you're not looking at secondary sources to develop a deeper understanding of the material on at least a weekly basis, believe me, your classmates are. So that's where the learning truly happens, not before class, truthfully, not even during class. It's after class is over when you have a time to take a breath and think more deeply about everything that you've just gone over, and you start distilling it down. That distillation process we call creating an outline. So at the end of the semester, you have created your primary study tool that you will be referencing back to consistently in the last weeks before the examination.
Thanks for tuning into the show. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already to be notified of new episodes as I release them, and feel free to reach out if you need anything at all as you move forward with your prep. I'm happy to help however I can. In the meantime, I wish you all the best and take care.